Welcome to the FREDIZ video protocol. This project is designed to provide valuable information on the global freshwater diazotrophs. Please note, samples should be taken at a depth of 0.2 to 1 meters, ideally from the middle of the river, estuary, or lake, with minimal disturbance of water and sediments. If that is not possible, please sample the water at about 2 to 3 meters off of the bank. Sampling on-site via syringe is ideal. However, in case this is not feasible, please collect water in a clean bucket that you have washed 3 times with the surface water. In this case, remember to stir the water in the bucket before every sampling to homogenize the water. We ask you to keep samples cooled, but do not freeze them. Each sampling section has its own bag and each vial is pre-labeled. Last, we ask you to fill out the provided hard copy auxiliary data sheet with all necessary data. Once the sampling kit arrives at your lab, please open the box and adhere the shipping label to the top of the box. Then place the ice pack in the freezer. Once you arrive at a sampling site, open and unpack the site-specific bag. Then label the per-site bag with date, location, and your name. Put the gloves on. Pre-wash the 60 milliliter syringe with surface sampling water 3 times before you begin to sample. Then to the 15 milliliter Falcon tube provided, add 12 milliliters of the sample water. Seal the cap with parafilm and cover the entire tube with aluminum foil to block out any light penetration. Finally, return everything back into the bag and keep the syringe for the next step. Add 30 milliliters of surface water into glass VOC vials and repeat this twice. Seal the cap with parafilm and place the samples back into the bag. Into 3 separate 50 milliliter Falcon tubes, add 40 milliliters of surface water. Seal the caps with parafilm and replace into the bag. Open the package containing the Stervex filter. To avoid contamination of the sampling tube and Stervex filter, please do not touch the inlet or outlet tubes. Before connecting the filter, draw 30 milliliters of sample water through the 50 milliliter syringe. Connect the Stervex filter to the syringe and filter the 30 milliliters water into a 50 milliliter falcon tube. Repeat this twice. Seal both falcon tube caps with parafilm and replace the tubes into the bag. Keep the Stervex filter for the next section. Fill the syringe completely with sample water. Attach the Stervex filter, then filter the water through the Stervex. Repeat this step until you have filtered 1 liter of sampling water through the Stervex, or until the Stervex filter is clogged. In any case, note the volume of total water filtered in the auxiliary data sheet. To empty the filter, disconnect the Stervex from the syringe, fill the syringe with air, reconnect the Stervex, and displace the water through the filter until empty. Take out and uncap your 5 milliliter syringe with the RNA later solution. Connect this syringe to the Stervex inlet tube. Cap the outlet tube of the Stervex filter, invert both the syringe and filter so the outlet tube faces downwards, and fill the Stervex filter with RNA later until completely filled. Uncouple the RNA later syringe from the Stervex filter, cap the inlet tube of the Stervex, and firmly secure both caps on the filter with parafilm. Attach the label sticker to the Stervex filter we have provided, and place the filter back into the diazotroph diversity bag. Pre-wash 5 gas-type bottles with surface water before sampling. Starting with natural abundance, fill 2 bottles until almost full, then use a syringe to trickle the water down the side of the bottle, being careful not to introduce any air bubbles into the system until you achieve a positive meniscus. Then gently squeeze and cap the bottles to avoid any air bubbles. Invert the closed bottles to verify no air is trapped. For enriched samples, fill 3 bottles almost entirely with sampling water, leaving about 100 milliliters until full. Note, when pouring sample water and the enriched media into the bottles, tilt both containers to mitigate splashing and obtain a gentle stream without introducing air into the system. Add the 43 milliliters of 15 nitrogen enriched millicue water provided, again tilting both vessels for a careful pour. If any problem occurs during the addition of the enriched media, please inform us with the circumstance and final volume of media added in the auxiliary data sheet. With a syringe, gently fill the remaining volume with surface sample water, and please trickle the water down the side of the bottle to ensure no air bubbles are introduced. Fill until you have a positive meniscus. Cap the bottles while squeezing, and then invert the bottles to verify no air is present. Incubate the bottles for 24 to 48 hours. It is ideal to incubate within the river or lake at the sample site, but if incubating in the lab, please place the bottles on an orbital shaker under 12-12 light-dark cycle conditions. Attempt to match the temperature in lab to environmental conditions of the sample site. Then, please fill out the incubation conditions provided in the auxiliary data sheet. Before filtering each bottle, please transfer the sample contents into a graduated cylinder and note the volume of each bottle being filtered. Start with the natural abundance samples to avoid 15 nitrogen contamination. Following incubation, filter the water from the natural abundance bottles through a pre-combusted GFF filter in a vacuum filtration system. Following filtration, place the GFF filter back into its provided petri dish. Repeat the filtration process with the 15 nitrogen enriched bottles. Remember, each sample is filtered on a separate filter, so you should expect a total of 5 filters at the end of the experiment. Then replace the petri dishes back inside their bag. Once all samplings are finalized, please place all samples back into the styrofoam box, including the frozen ice pack provided, then seal the package. Make sure the shipping label is attached to the box. Then contact FedEx to arrange pickup. Use the tracking number provided in the shipping label. Contact us at gfrediz23@gmail.com to let us know the package was shipped. And please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions, comments, or requests. You will receive a separate email with an attached file where we ask you to fill up all auxiliary data aside from the hard copy provided in the kit. On behalf of the FREDIZ team, we wish to thank you for your valuable contribution.